pains me to think that there are people on this earth who don't know the joy, and sometimes struggles, of searching the aisles of a mom and pop video store on a Friday night looking for a movie to rent. There are so many streaming services nowadays, with even more movies to watch on each one. There are kids growing up with thousands of movies ready to play at the push of a button. It seems like today it's all about convenience over the experience, and video stores, they were an experience. Walking through and searching the aisles, looking at all the different box arts, being able to finally decide which movies you can watch in the comfort of your own home was a huge deal, and one that kids today may not be able to understand. 1987's video violence revels in this era, and it was actually a huge part of it. Some younger viewers may not be able to understand the impact of the home video market present in this film. In the way I view it, it's the duty of reviewers like myself and the fans to share the brilliance and importance of video violence, to unlock this hidden time capsule, and to show the world why video violence still kicks butt. Welcome to the HellBound Horror Show. Video Violence is an S.O.V horror film, S.O.V standing for shot on video. Yeah, before the days of being able to pull out your phone from your pocket and record something digitally, video was the first accessible way to record yourself in the home. In the mid to late 1980s, the home video market was booming, and since big Hollywood movies that were shot on film were being downgraded to VHS, why not use video to record your own home movies and try to distribute them later? Video stores were in desperate need of new movies to sell, so young filmmakers tried to make it big by shooting their own S.O.V films. Video Violence is notable not only for being an S.O.V movie, but it also takes place in and deals heavily with video stores. These elements make Video Violence a cult favorite among many horror fans. What is Video Violence really about? Well, the story revolves around Steven, who just moved from the Big Apple, New York City, to a small New Jersey town and opens up his very own video rental store. His employee is also relatively new to the town, and they both talk about how weird the people in the town are. It seems that everyone owns a VCR, which was a huge deal for the time, and they all have memberships to the store, and they all rent out horror films. They never talk much either. One day, while looking at the video returns that were dropped off overnight, Steven discovers that one of the videos doesn't belong to the store. It's a home movie of sorts. Well, Steven gets a little curious and he and his employee watch it. It's a home movie, all right, but not one you would typically see. Two men are killing another man on the video, torturing the man by cutting off his hand and dicing through him, and it's the real deal. Needless to say, Steven and the employee are freaked out. Steven quickly runs to tell the police while the employee locks up the store and guards the tape. Why Steven just doesn't take the tape to the police himself is beyond me, and why doesn't the employee go with him? Doesn't really make a lot of sense, but let's go with it. The chief of police has a hard time believing Steven, but he comes to the store to see the tape anyways. The store door is wide open and the employee is nowhere to be found. When Steven plays back the tape for the police officer, it seems that someone switched the tape out and a normal home movie plays. Oh my goodness, splitting up in a horror movie turned out to be a bad idea? Who would have guessed? Weirded out by this, Steven goes home and talks to his wife about the weird tape. His wife, Rachel, is hesitant to believe it first, but she eventually trusts her husband. The employee is still missing the next day, and Steven is left another tape. This time, the video shows the two men breaking into the store and killing the employee. Steven quickly grabs the tape and goes to the police with it. But oh no, the bumbling sheriff records over the tape by accident, and all of his evidence is erased. Steven believes the whole town may be in on this, and he may be right. Video Violence's concept is pretty freaking rad. Finding horrific home videos is a genuinely creepy idea, especially for 1987. And while the final film does have some creepy moments, I wouldn't say that the film is scary. It's entertaining and pretty lighthearted, especially for the subject matter. It's an enjoyable movie and I was never bored during it. There were some light humor elements as well, like a killer using a bat that says Thumper on it. The killers, Eli and Howard, are a real hoot and so freaking fun to watch.
Here's Eli! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Eli Show, brought to you from our basement collection.
Good. You look real good, Eli.
Thanks, Howard.
And I loved being able to point out all the fun horror movies like Blood Cult. Blood Cult claimed to be the first S.O.V. horror film, but movies like Boarding House and Sledgehammer beat Blood Cult to it by quite a few years. Speaking of Blood Cult, Video Violence seems to love it. We see it on the shelf and a customer even asks about it. I personally didn't love Blood Cult. It was fine and it had its moments, but it didn't really hold my attention. But Video Violence definitely held my attention. The soundtrack to Video Violence is limited, but it's memorable and it fits the mood. Cinematography is fine, but it's a little flat and bland. The plot is rather good with some good twists and turns. The acting was pretty good as well for being so low budget. Steven and Rachel are actually a real-life couple, so that's pretty neat. As I said earlier, Eli and Howard steal the show. They are killers that like to kill on camera, but they aren't really creepy about it. They are having a blast. They're just good friends, goofing around and trying to make a quality product. It's silly, but it's effective. There's a bit of social commentary on violence in movies as well. A lady walks up to Steven while he's working. She's holding a baby in one arm and Blood Cult in the other. And this little exchange happens.
Huh?
The rating, what is it?
Oh, it's probably written on there, R.
Oh, is that for nudity?
I really don't know, but I doubt it's for nudity. It's probably for all the violence.
Oh, good, okay, then I'll take it. The kids can watch it.
Blood Cult.
Director Gary Cohen owned a video store and had a very similar situation happen to him, so he put it in the movie. Maybe we do desensitize kids to violence pretty early. Look at all those superhero movies. While we're talking about the director, he actually makes a small cameo in the beginning of the film. He's the one who drops off the smut home video. Apparently, he was a bit too focused and serious while trying to make the film the right way, because when the cast and crew would play little games on him, he would get a little angry. Take this for example.
And I put the movie in the slot and Art Neal pushes it right back out again. And of course everybody's hysterical and I'm furious. Cut the crap, I'm furious.
Guys, that ruined the shot. Funny, but takes time.
If you've ever tried to make a movie, you've probably been there, and the director now laughs about why he was so serious back then. I also love that the opening takes place in a sporting goods store. I think more horror films should take place in a store like this. My friend actually set his first movie in a sporting goods store. He made it in high school, but the film is actually pretty fun. Check out The Horrible 4 and its sequel by Dylan Huffman. Now, where can you watch Video Violence? Well, for a long time it was out of print and the DVD prices were through the roof. Luckily, the good old people at Vinegar Syndrome released the film through their Terror Vision sub-label. The release comes with the works, and it's the definitive way to view the film. It even comes with Video Violence 2. Yes, there's a sequel, and I can't wait to dive into that one, but that is going to have to wait until another night. Video Violence is an important film that helped shape the home video horror landscape, as well as paving the path for any young filmmakers to make their very own horror movies. I highly recommend Video Violence if you like S.O.V. horror films. Now, is it the best S.O.V. horror film around? It's definitely up there, but I think my vote still goes to Ozone. And you can watch me cover Ozone in the title card above. And that's all I have for tonight, so as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay healthy, stay safe, and take care, everyone. Wow, you made it to the end of the video and you're watching the secret end credits? Wow, you're my favorite. Don't tell anybody else. Now, if you want to see more S.O.V. reviews, I do have a playlist, and if you ever watch Video Violence, let me know what you thought of it. As always, thanks.